What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm so happy y'all are here. Again, this is Convos with Cam, and I first want to thank all of my new subscribers. Really hope that you're enjoying all of the content. I look forward to hearing everyone's feedback, any questions you may have, or even certain topics in mental health that you would like to hear more about. So yesterday we actually spoke about people pleasing, right? Excuse me. And we were more focused on the neuroscience of it. Today we're going to finish this up and we're going to talk about just how people pleasing, not having, those healthy boundaries can actually lead to one experiencing burnout. Okay? People pleasing and how it leads to burnout. So you may say, well, Cam, I hear that buzzword burnout, right? But seems like everybody just talks about, oh, I'm burnt out. Y'all, people pleasing really can lead to this. So it happens when an individual just continues to make this constant effort to make others happy, which is eventually going to lead to that stress, that exhaustion, and even possible resentment to that person because you've overcommitted in so many areas of your life. So then what happens is now you're ignoring your own needs. You may have that fear of conflict, so you possibly may be avoiding. And, it's just cycled by this fear of criticism, possible rejection. And what does it result in, y'all? Us saying yes, taking on entirely too much, losing touch with our personal boundaries, self-care, which then leads to that fatigue and disconnection from yourself. Saying yes to everything, y'all, pushes you past your limits, right? So imagine that. You may be experiencing it now, and you really just can't figure out, like, man, I think I'm getting enough sleep at night, but are you really resting? Are you really relaxing? Just something to, think about. Because what can happen is that you're neglecting self. You're neglecting your own rest, your own goals, your own overall emotional health. And just like an empty gas tank, before you know it, you will be running on empty, if you will. What about possibly suppressing our emotions? Because that's what we're doing. When something is telling us, just say no, and we say yes, right? You're doing it just to maybe keep the peace. That's draining you guys. It's draining your energy. And a big thing that can happen in this is you can actually lose your own personal identity. Focusing on everyone else causes us to lose that connection with our own authentic self and our authentic needs. So, like I said, in the future, our next videos, we're definitely going to be learning actual skills and we're going to practice them, right? But just a couple of points I want to make note of for you. When we want to set these healthy boundaries, we want to address the why. Why are we not setting these boundaries? Remember, we learned that in the first one. What is your barrier? Maybe start practicing just saying no. Even over something that you may feel as though is minute. Remember what's happening in the brain, it's our default. to say yes. If you've conditioned yourself to constantly say yes, then we got to try something different. Because what you're currently doing is not working for you. Prioritize your self-care, right? Make time for rest, activities that you enjoy that will even possibly recharge you. Not just a temporary day, like a spa day. Oh, I love that. And self-care is actually more than just that. We're building resilience by focusing on our rest, our sleep, nutrition, better managing stress, so that way we can expand upon that window of tolerance. Remember, we spoke about that. Opening that window of tolerance, so that way you will have the capacity. And if you're someone who, goes through all of these videos and content, and you still find yourself repeating this pattern, or you're finding that it's something deeper than that which you originally thought, there may be an underlying reason to why, you're wired the way you are, or why you do things the way you do them, even if it's not in your best interests. I would encourage you to maybe seek some support. Not from friends, family, no. From a therapist. I would recommend that you look into that. It's totally different when we are talking to someone that has no bias, right? No bias, no judgment. Just something to think about. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for taking time out to come through. Be gentle with yourselves as we learn these skills, as we learn the whys. We're all doing this thing called life for the very first time. Peace and blessings to you always. Until next time.